Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited about today's vlog because today I'm going to be talking about how to find inner peace. And let me open up with this quote. And it simply says, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." And this quote is by Mr. Marcus Aurelius. So finding peace within is both a wonderful and a difficult thing. It's easy to go looking for it in the wrong places. So you got to be careful about that. So here's some timeless thoughts to help guide you to the places where you can actually find inner peace. Let's jump right on in. Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited about today's vlog because today I'm going to be sharing with you how to find inner peace. One second. Yes.
This nigga always asking me some of the dumbest ass questions.
Like what?
So I paid him. I gave him his money. He dropped off. So was this for last week or this week? I said, what?
That's last week. You don't get this week's till next week, dummy.
I said, man, listen to what you just asked me, man. And he said, oh, all right, my bad.
He is clueless as fuck.
And he got on his work pants, some black boots, black like motorcycle boots, a dress shirt, and his Bob's vest.
Jesus freaking Christ. He's a mess. He's a damn mess.
I started to take a picture because I said, nah.
You should have, so I could have got my laugh for him.
It ain't even worth it.
It is for me to get a laugh. Yes, it is too. Shall?
Alright, I'm gonna go look at the game at the little bottom of the street, and I'm going to the house.
Okay, babe.
Versus was down by 26.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Okay, love you.
Get on the phone, goodbye.
Bye. Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited about today's vlog because I'm going to be talking about how to find inner peace. And I want to open up with this quote. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And this quote is by Marcus Aurelius. So finding peace is both a wonderful thing as well as a difficult thing. It's easy to go looking for it in the wrong places, and that's why you have to be so careful about where you go to look for peace. So here are some tips and things that you can do to find inner peace. Number one, simplify. How simple is that? Simplify. Make things simpler. Making things simpler is what we all need to do. You may want to try a few of these things. Number one, use a limited to-do list, meaning only a few of the most important things go on that list. And number two, you need to set limits or boundaries. Setting limits for daily checking of inboxes. So, you can decide, I'm only going to check my inbox once a day, and that's in the afternoon. You may decide to do it once a day in the midday or in the morning. Or you may say, I'll check it twice a day, in the morning and then in the evening. Or 3 times a day. Whatever it is that you set, stick to that limit, right? Set time limits for small decisions and make them within seconds after you've thought about it. Now, I'm not so sure I totally agree with that because sometimes you can jump into a decision that you really not had time to seriously think through. So, again, that's going to be on an individual basis. But the key is that you want to avoid procrastination and overthinking things. And I'm going to tell y'all something, that's me. I tend to overthink things, and I know that. So you want to set time limits for tasks such as 15 minutes each day for answering emails or for using Twitter or any social media account that you have. You want to set a limit for commitments and say no to be able to feel less stress and produce better results. I had to learn the hard way that sometimes you have to say no. I was that person that every time you asked me if I could work for you, if I could fill in for you, if I could speak on this, do that, I'm like, oh, sure, I'll do it. And, it was like, well, this is my church. I don't want to say no to them. But I realized it's okay to say no. It really is, because if it's going to cause me stress, if it's going to cause you stress, it is okay to say no sometimes. Number two, accept what is. When you accept what is, you stop feeding energy into resisting what is. Now, accepting what is doesn't mean that you're giving up. It just means that you put yourself in a better position to take action if necessary, because now you can see more clearly. You can focus your energy towards what you want and take the appropriate action to change your situation. By accepting what is, it's much easier to let go of things and to forgive what has happened. So if you know that you are, let's say you're dating someone that's flaky on everything, okay? You accept that this is how they are. So this way you don't stress yourself out. Now that gives you one of two options. Number one, you can either accept it and just deal with it, or two, you can decide to move on. But you have to learn to accept what is. Number three, forgive. Forgiveness is important because as long as you don't forgive someone, you are forever linked to that person. Let me put a pin right here. You may not believe that, but I can promise you that is true. If someone has wronged you for whatever reason, in whatever way, and you can't forgive them, you're walking around with them up in your head. They're not thinking about you. I think I mentioned this before. Chances are they've forgotten all about what it was that pissed you off to begin with. So you've got to learn to forgive, not for them. You're forgiving for you. That way you can move on and you don't have to worry about that person. Your thoughts will return to the person who wronged you and what he or she did over and over and over again, and you don't want to keep replaying that negativity. When you forgive, you release the other person and yourself. Release the other person meaning you release them from your thoughts. One thing to keep in mind is to not just forgive others, but also forgive yourself, because sometimes we will easily forgive other people, but forget to forgive ourselves when things happen. When we have wronged other people, apologize, let it go. By forgiving yourself, instead of resenting yourself for something that you did a week or 10 years ago, you make the habit of forgiveness more and more of a natural part of you. And so forgiving others becomes easier as well. Number four, do what you enjoy. When you do what you enjoy, there is a natural peace that arises within you and within me. You are in alignment with your outer world. This also leads to a lot more success than if you have a lot of inner turmoil and really don't care that much for your work. So find what it is that you do. You know how many people I've met over the years that work and do things, and they can't stand it. So my thing is, well, why are you doing it? And some will say, oh, well, I'm doing it because it pays good money. Let me tell you something. You need to find what it is that you love doing, since you're going to be doing it anyway, right? Number five, never lose hope. I cannot stress this enough. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what's going on. Well, y'all know I do care. But you know what I'm saying. Never lose hope. Hope is something that you can never afford to lose, and I mean never. With hope, you always have a path towards peace. Whenever we are too stressed out and overwhelmed within our own life, we forget that hope. We forget that the sun always shines after a rainy day, and that this is merely a bump in the road. So you've got to learn not to give up and not to lose hope. It may not look good right now, but you've got to believe in your heart of hearts that there is hope that this situation is going to change no matter what it is. So here's your bonus. Here's your bonus, because y'all know I love giving bonuses. So live in the present moment. You ever find somebody that you talk to, and when they talk, they're always talking about the past. They're always talking about, yeah, back in the day, or in the good times, or in the good old days. They're always living in the past. Sometimes it's many, 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 many years in the past. Sometimes it's the past of last month, last week, last year. Live in the present moment. Most of the time, what we worry about is relating to someone either in the past or something that hasn't even happened yet. Living in the present moment erases all such thoughts. Why worry about something in the past that we can't change? Let me put a pin right here. So, you worrying about something that you said or did 5 years ago. Can you change that? No. Can you apologize for it? Yes. Can you work towards trying to make things better? Yes. But stop worrying about it. It's in the past. And that means you cannot change it. But also, a lot of times, and I know I've been guilty of this over the years, where I'm stressing about something that hasn't even happened yet. So I have to every now and then stop, take a deep breath, and say, Michelle, stop worrying. That thing has not even happened yet. Live for right now. So why worry about something that we're not even sure will even happen? Because sometimes that thing that you're worrying about may not even happen, right? This is why in the present moment you find true inner peace. In the present moment there are no problems and no concerns. So, like I said, if you want inner peace, live for right now. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. Live for right now. If things are good in your world right now, focus on that. Marinate in that goodness right now. Don't worry about the unhappy times that you had with that ex. And focusing on all of that. Leave that in the past. And don't worry about, well, what if this doesn't work and I end up with somebody else? Why stress over something that's not happened yet? So let me go through these one more time and I promise I'll let you be. So, in order to find inner peace, you want to do number one, you want to simplify. Number two, you want to accept what is. Number three, you need to forgive both yourself and other people. Number four, do what you enjoy. Stop spending time doing things that you don't enjoy doing. Now, let me put a pin right there, because sometimes there are things that we are called to do that we may not enjoy, but it is your job. But what I will say about that is, if you don't enjoy that job, you need to quickly finish up this video and start looking for another one. Or if you're not liking working for somebody else, you need to start putting things in place to have your own business. So sometimes we do have to put up with things we don't like, but you need to be working towards fixing it. Number five, never lose hope. Cannot stress this enough. I don't care what it looks like. You cannot lose hope. And your bonus, live in the present moment. So it is my hope, my sincere hope, that some of the things that I shared with you will allow you to find inner peace. Now, if you have some suggestions and things that have worked for you to find inner peace, please be sure to drop me a note in the comment section, because I would love to hear it, because you just never know how something that worked for you could potentially help someone else. So that is all that I have for this week's vlog. I love you guys so much. Thank you to my newest subscribers. Thank you to those of you that continue to support me day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, and year out. I can't say this enough. I love you guys so much. And we will talk again next week when I find some other interesting subject to share with you for our vlog. Until then, take care.